Hi, Erin here. Hope you're all doing well. So sorry it's been a while since I've sorry, I'm being attacked from the rear. Since I put anything out, I'm actually right in the middle of opening a web store. I will put the link in the description because it is actually open. I have a lot of inventory in it from the time I had it before, so I simply reopened it and then I'm going through it and making sure everything has proper pricing and everything like that because I had about 5,000 items in it and I'm paring it down and sifting through. So I've been knee deep in that for like the last 5 days. Um, she's gonna attack my hand because she saw it move. Oh, sorry about that. Um, anyway, I've had a few things on in mind I wanted to talk to you guys about. Um, One thing I kind of wanted to go over and chat with you about was um, there's why is the countdown going backwards? That's really weird. Okay, sorry. Um, I wanted to chat with you about rescue situations and things that are on my mind and situations I became aware of. But before I go too far into that, I wanted to kind of tell you about how I kind of came to this. When I was really young, I had kind of a weird kid. I wrote this all down, but I'm kind of just winging it. I'm just kind of going to tell you because I know the story. So, my best friend as a child was a cat named Reuben, and he was the best cat ever. He was just awesome. I think I was probably 2 when I got him, and he'd gotten hit by a car, and so he ended up being blinded by it, and it didn't really slow him down a whole lot. He was still able to, romp and play and stuff, and he just went by sound and by vibration. And anyway, we had many adventures and stuff. And when I was about 5 or 6, I wanted to run away, and I took my little suitcase and I walked down the street, and he followed me everywhere. And of course, he follows behind, and I wouldn't cross the street because I was worried about him getting hit because I didn't want him to come into the street with me. So I kind of sat my suitcase down, sat on the suitcase, and me and Ruben sat there. And then when we just kind of talked and whatever, chatted, and then a few minutes later we got up, picked up the suitcase. Ruben and I turned around, walked back home, and had snacks and played and did whatever. But that was just us together. I didn't want him to get hurt. It's just kind of the way I thought about stuff. And probably a year or so later, we married. He was my first husband. He was a great provider. He would catch garter snakes and give me head bonks. That was what he got. And I put pennies in a sock because I thought marriage meant you had to have a savings, and so that was our savings. And I went and bought myself a ring at the quarter machines from him. In lieu of him, I did it in his stead. So for me, he gave me this ring, and so we were married, and we were happily married until he passed my senior year in high school. So anyway, that's kind of, I've always had a really strong relationship with pets. I was an only child, and not that I dislike people. I don't. It just tends to be that's just what happens. I just end up being. I have actually literally 3 cats sitting right. I have one right here. I don't know if you care to see it. One right here. She's looking really pleased. Hello. Hi. Were you thinking? She was deep in thought. And a kitten playing directly in front of me, and then another cat sitting another place. Anyway, so cat people. Of course, I have rabbits too, and I have a dog. But anyway, so rescue. The reason I'm telling you this, and I know that I had kind of a longer preamble to this, but I don't want to always be looking at paper when I'm trying to talk, is because I became aware of a situation going on, or that came to light recently about the furry situation. And if you're not really familiar with what's happening, is there's some furries, and I really am not. I don't know any of their names. I don't really care to. I just know about the situation, and I did read about it, and I listened to some other YouTubers talk about it, and I know what happened. And so the reason I'm talking about it is because when you're in a rescue, and you're very, very feel very strongly about the animals that you care about, or we're ever in a situation where you're adopting pets out, and you hear of a situation, and so for those, let me quit talking about it and explain to you what it is. There was people that were doing really bad things to animals. I'll just leave it at that, and those that know the situation will know. And if you know what Kiwi Farms is, you can find out about it on there. It's a thing where, as a rescuer, it's always on your mind that there's a lot of bad things out there, and you have to come to grips with you're not going to be able to save them all. And it's almost paralyzing sometimes, because it's like, how can you do adoptions? You start to worry about who can you trust to adopt out to, because, you know, and even I recently took in a kitten, and she had litter mates, and I wanted to take all of them. And I said to my mother when we got there, let's take them all, because I was worried that other people who weren't so nice, or had less than perfect, or less than honest or pure intentions, would come and get these kittens. And so I wanted them. Not that I needed them, I didn't. And this is, I believe that this is how pet hoarders are born, is because they have good intentions, and they fixate on the bad in the world, and and it grows from there. So what you have to really you have to balance, and that is actually one of the topics of one of my next videos, was going to be balance, because it's really important to find balance. But anyway, this was just, it had bothered me so much what had happened with these people, but so much bothered me this week and I got so busy and so sidetracked that I couldn't really make any videos. So I just really wanted to make a few minutes and just sit down and talk to you guys about this. So anyway, I think there is a way to do this, but I think it really does take some work, and it takes being a really good judge of character, and it takes just, you know, I was never one that did adoption contracts. I didn't do applications. I just talked to people and would just listen to them talk, and usually from the way they talked, you could usually catch things, like just phrases or things they said, or look at the way that their animals act in the home, or where your animals act around them. And you can pick up on a lot of stuff about people that way. So, so I think that's really the key there. You just watch. And once you catch on to those things, then you're pretty good to go. So then you don't have to stop doing adoptions, although I did stop doing them for a couple of reasons. Not just that, actually not even that at all, but it was just because it just didn't make sense for me to do them, and I thought my animals were fine the way they were. It made more sense for me to adopt the ones that were in need out, rather than mix my house up, make chaos constantly for me. So anyway, so the animals that are here, I've made a promise to all of them, you know, that you promise to give them food and shelter and health, you know, keep them in good health and keep them clean. And you don't think that you have to make, you know, the extra promise that no one is going to molest them. You know, you don't think that you have to make such a promise to them, or do something horrible to them, but apparently that's an extra step that has to be made. So yeah, that's really bad. And these people walk around, just around. They look like people. Anyway, so yeah, that's troubling. But anyway, let's see. Oh, and I put out, I think you guys got to see, sorry, I'm rambling. I'm tired. I've been working on the video or on my website for far too long. Kitten went to the vet and I posted that, and I also, this is my last month on spousal support, so I'm going to be trying to ramp it up and do a lot more like fundraising type stuff so that we stay in the home and we all get to eat. So we're working on all that, and I'm not sure what else exciting to share, but oh, and I was going to do some more, I'm going to try and do a giveaway and talk more about chronic illness. So the giveaway will be a necklace that has a spoon on it. That's, for those of you that don't know, spoons are like the spoon theory, and I'll do another video, the next video, but I'm just giving you a heads up, but and they're really cute, they're really cool, but spoons kind of indicate, you know, chronic illness, and there's actually, I think, a website that's like Spoonies or the Spoon Theory that tells the story of how, you know, you have, I guess I'll go ahead since I've already started. Owen was trying to explain how much energy, you know, because I think she had lupus, and she was trying to explain to her friend that she just only had so much energy in a day, and so she just grabbed a handful of spoons at this diner, and she was like, okay, everything you want to do in a day takes 1 spoon. So she's like, getting out of bed, 1 spoon. Brushing your teeth, 1 spoon. Getting, you know, so by the time she even got out the house, she was down like a third of the spoons, and it's like, you know, getting into the car and everything. So by the end of the day, she didn't have any. And so, yeah, that's so spoons indicate, you know, it's just like, so you'll always have a spoon around your neck. Just 1 more extra spoon. So anyway, I think they're fun gifts to give, and we carry them in my store. I have like 3 different styles. They're very cute little pendants. So, okay, well, that being said, all that fun, want to end it on a high note. I hope you all have a lovely evening, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye.